I want to take this time to give a very special thank you to the 21 subscribers at outsidethebox.vhx.tv, as well as those supporting on Patreon and other supporters. I'm going to be growing the content over time as I work to get away from the YouTube model and focus on building my own platform. Thank you for your support. Alex Ansary here, May 29th, 2017. There are a lot of labels out there to describe different types of media. And I've seen this reinforced more and more, especially over the course of the last few years. The need to get away from alternative media as a catch-all, let alone conspiracy theory. It's difficult to put a label or a stamp on whatever it is that I am trying to communicate at times. But it's pretty clear right now I have changed myself to a certain degree. And the labeling in the boxes can do more harm than good. There's also something about new language, using new language, creating new words, not just new thought forms and ideas. It's important that I communicate why. Not only have I tuned out the mainstream media, I've tuned out the alternative media as well. And I mean all kinds of alternative media. Every now and then I'll watch a YouTube video here and there. Maybe I'm looking for an answer to something. But I'll be honest with you, I see the evolution of my off-grid experience going to the next level after this is paid off, and setting my sights on something more rural than this. Not next to a road where there's constant, I mean, these trucks are large. I don't do much complaining, folks. But I'm off the grid. I'm up on a hill. It's also close to somewhat of a high traffic point, where I can hear somebody blazing through, waking me up at literally midnight, like last night. You know, I made some comments about the neighbor over here, and it's good to talk about it and share. I want to report that that is not a problem that is growing. This is a time that's very quiet. And you know what? The most turbulent aspect of my day is getting online and then being exposed to the racism, to the civil unrest, and a sense of helplessness and defeat that years. It's like, for example, and this will get into another example, also fit into all this. I saw somebody post on Facebook that their friend had noted all these acts of violence within a period of days. Not just the deranged U.S. veteran that stabbed 2 people in Portland recently, but other acts of violence where you ask yourself, are these people possessed? And I noted that it's difficult talking about some of things when people mock it or don't understand it or don't look into it, especially if they're supposedly into outside the box related things, or they profess to be progressive and open-minded. And that is true. But I don't want it to stop my research. There's a reason why I'm building my on-demand channel and honing the message and not making 1,000 videos, but continuing to stand behind everything that I'm saying and moving the platform somewhere where the work is going to be more respected. And YouTube as a corporation has thrown its content creators under the bus in more than one way. So on Facebook, someone that is a rabid Trump supporter, a rabid, because some aren't really rabid, foaming at the mouth. waking up in the middle of the night screaming, "You lost, libtard, butthurt," going through all the slogans as if they're a programmed robot. This guy all of a sudden was screaming about butthurt and "you lost," and I'm just like, whoa, dude, we're not talking about Trump. The post is about something else. There was a period where conspiracy theory was about waking up to deceptions that were destroying our government, portraying Muslims in a negative light so they can have war after war as they called for a new world order. And those were terrifying times, the 90s going into the 2000s after 9/11. After years of people were discussing these things, boom, the 9/11 terror attacks and the emergence of the American police state, and then the Russia-China war games that myself and others have been looking at the last decade going, oh my God, this is all coming up to something as they arm the world to the teeth. That was real, and that still is real. But the ultimate conspiracy obviously is taking place on many of the websites, many of the networks, many of the talking points, and claiming that they're fighting the deep state, and they're fighting Hillary Clinton still, and they're fighting George Soros, and you look at what Donald Trump is doing, and they're still not taking accountability for it. Instead, they've created a conspiracy theory that Trump was initially legitimate, and then later he took the microchip, later he became infected with the spell. And I don't know why people remain under the spell that Donald Trump had genuine intentions. No one's legitimate in my eyes that can't see how long this has been going on. And they create conspiracy theories to save face for their YouTube AdSense, for their Google ratings. Yeah, I think a lot of people aren't going to get till the lights go out. And you could say the Liberty Movement is already dead. It's an individual thing. It isn't a movement. It's not based in a website. The question is not who can you trust. It's can you trust yourself to make the right decisions.